Hello, Mrs. Elke here. Today I am doing some art based on your name, but you don't have to do your name. You could also just do a word or a symbol, something very simple, and turning it into like a neon sign or glow art. So to do this, I'm using oil pastels. They work really well on construction paper, and I went with my name and a symbol that I like. So here is my example. I've got Lori, which is my first name, and I love candy. Who doesn't love candy? So I have my candy symbol. I would love to show you how to do this. So follow along and see if you can make kind of a neon sign that represents either your name or a word you like, or maybe a symbol that you like as well. Have fun with this one, and thanks so much for watching Elke Art. If you're enjoying these videos, please hit that like button, subscribe down below, and check back all the time for more fun art tutorials. Thanks for watching. For this project, I have a couple things collected. I'm using a pencil, some white paper, it's just kind of scratch paper. I've got black construction paper, and then I will be using 3 colors of oil pastels. For sure I have a white, and then I have 2 shades of another color. So you can see I've got a light pink and dark pink. So you could do this with light blue, dark blue. You could do like yellow and orange. You could do light purple, dark purple. You get the idea. To begin, I want to practice writing whatever I am going to make my sign out of a couple different ways. I'm going to use my first name, which is Lori. So I'm going to try writing it in cursive, maybe changing up the way some of the letters look, and testing out a couple different ways that I can have fun with the letters in my name. So maybe using a heart for the dot of my I, for example. Maybe I could also try some bubble letters. So I can make my letters really fat and bubbly. And I could play around with uppercase or lowercase letters too. So maybe try out a bunch of different ways that you could write your name. I think I'm going to do a couple more. I could do maybe just regular printing letters, although normally with neon signs that they use cursive. I could try making really cursive and flowy letters that all connect. So I can really just play around with all kinds of different lettering words, different things that I could do. I have maybe a combination where I could do some letters that are more cursive and some letters that are more print. I don't know. So try a couple different ones out. You see, I have done 6 so far. I could probably fill this entire page, but I think I really like this center one here that has the heart for the eye. So I think that's the one I plan on using. Then on the bottom of the page, I think I want to add some kind of symbol to my picture as well. And the thing to remember with these symbols is to keep it simple. So very simple line drawing. You don't want to get overly detailed because it will be a lot harder to make it look like a neon sign, especially if it's small. You won't be able to get into all the details. So even the sun here might be a little bit too detailed with all the zigzags. Something else that I really like, maybe I would do a flower and try to really just keep the outline simple here with the stem. A cactus would be another one that I really like because I grew up in Arizona, so I could do a cactus shape, or maybe a flamingo would be fun. It could be a very simple animal shape. So whatever you choose, try to keep it a very simple line drawing. Even just a heart would totally work as well. If you wanted to get fancier, you can see I did 2 hearts. You could do a sports symbol, so maybe if you like basketball or volleyball or baseball or tennis, you could do something like that. But whatever it is, try to keep it just the basic lines. Let's see. I think on this side, oh, maybe I could do water. I do like swimming, or I like going in boats. I mean, that would also be very simple. So many different choices. I love candy, so maybe I'll just do like a little piece of candy here. That would be very simple to add in. So just trying to keep it very basic and come up with a few ideas. All right, I think I'm done the sketching. I've filled my page with ideas. I'm going to go ahead and put this aside, and now I'm going to work on my actual black paper. And I'm going to start with pencil so that I can erase if I need to. But I'm going to start with my name, and the thing is that you want to make your name big. So I'm really trying to use up the space of my paper. I'm trying to keep my letters nice and big and fat because that will make it a lot easier to get that neon glow effect. So you can see, especially because my name is short, I really have to make it nice and big to use up a lot of the space of the paper. And then down here, I still have some space left, so I'm going to make a giant piece of candy to fill up that space. So as you are drawing yours, make sure that you're not going too teeny tiny, but that you really pay attention to the space of the paper. This is a great exercise in using the space wisely so we don't have too much negative space or space around our picture. All right, time to add some color, baby. I'm going to start with white, and I want to push pretty hard with my white right on my line. And I'm going to trace my line all the way around and try to get a solid tracing of all of my pencil so you can't even see the pencil anymore. And of course, because we're using white on black, it stands out really nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and have that all nice and bright. I'm going to continue tracing my other letters, my O, and if you need to, you can kind of go over it a couple times just to make sure that your lines are really dark. When I'm using oil pastels, I do like to press nice and hard because the oil pastels will then give a nice rich color on my paper. So if you press lightly, it'll be a little bit more rough and you'll see a lot more of the paper through the pastels. But if you keep it nice and hard, then hopefully you'll get a nice, smooth, rich line on your paper. Now you could try this with crayon. You could also do this with paint, and those would be other options as well. But I am using oil pastels because that's what I had ready to go. All right, so there is my first layer of pastel on my name. I'm going to do the exact same thing on my shape, tracing all of the lines of my pencil until all I have is a white outline for my name and my shape, and I'm ready to go. Now that I have my white done, I'm going to switch to the lighter shade of the two shades that I got. So I use pink, so this is my lighter pink. And all I'm going to do is go outside of my white lines. So on every side of any white line that I have, and I just broke my pastel because I was pushing so hard, I'm going to go right next to my line and I'm going to trace around it with my next color. Now, ideally, I don't want to see black in between my white and pink, so I am really trying to be very careful artist with these lines, going right next to them and trying to be nice and neat. And then you can see, because I've got a circle inside of my L there, that I have to do the inside of the circle too. So there should not be any white when I'm done that touches black paper. All of the white should be touching my light pink. You can see my L is done. So I'm going to go ahead and do that with the rest of my letters and my piece of candy as well, so that all of them have the light pink touching them on both sides. Voila. Next, I'm going to switch to dark pink, and I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to go right next to my light pink with my dark pink. And I'm going to push really hard and try to get a nice dark line right next to my light line and trace the entire rest of my name. And there you have the finished project. My name that is glowing neon sign. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon on Elke Art.